Hello friends, I am back with another part of the ICHIMOKU indicator training series. In the previous sections, we got to know each component of the ICHIMOKU indicator and understood what each one does, how they function, and how they move on the chart based on what criteria. We completely covered the Chiku span, learned how to use it to generate signals and draw S and R lines, and drew trend lines on the Chiku span. We also discussed the two lines, Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen, examined their interactions, and understood the various ways they influence each other. I explained the different forms these interactions can take and what each of them means. In this section, I want to talk about the relationship between the candles and the Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen lines. However, before I delve into this new topic, I recommend that you've watched the previous sections and then join me for this lesson. Alright friends, these two lines Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen are shown here in red and blue. Whenever they are below the candles, they act as a support, and whenever they are above the candles, they serve as a resistance. As you can see here, for example, the candles were above these two lines. They showed a reaction to these lines, and then they went up again, showing another reaction, another encounter. Here, these two lines acted as a resistance zone until the point where the candles managed to break these two lines, causing a so-called breakout, and we see a drop occurred. Then it reversed again. You see these lines became a resistance again. Here, there's another encounter, and similarly here again. The candles approached and even passed through Tenkan-sen, reaching Kijun-sen, where the shadows touched, and here again the breakout happened, leading to an upward movement. So these two lines actually act as support and resistance. What do we conclude from this? We conclude that whenever the candles manage to break through these two lines, a breakout occurs, and the trend continues in that direction. For instance, here, when this powerful candle broke through both lines, we could enter a trade and an uptrend formed. Similarly, here, the candles passed through the first line, Tenkan-sen, reached Kijun-sen, and after breaking Kijun-sen, we see a significant drop. We could have opened our trade after this second line was broken. However, a very important point I emphasized in the previous section is that we must always pay attention to the Kumo cloud. This means that when the candles break through these two lines and move up, because the Kumo cloud was behind the candles, it acted as support, and we could make a much more confident trade. As you can see, this strong uptrend continued to this point. However, when this downtrend broke these two lines because the Kumo cloud was in the way of the candle's movement, it created a supportive role. So even though it was a strong downtrend, trading here came with some risk due to the presence of the Kumo cloud acting as resistance, and the descent was well done. The price fell, but it was not advisable to start trading here. We must pay attention to the Kumo cloud so that the Kumo cloud is in sync with our trade. That is, it is against the movement of the candles and against the path of the candles. Don't place it. As you can see here, the candles are protected by two breaking lines. Even the cloud itself is passing. The cloud is above it, and this is a good spot. But in this part, the candles could break two lines, but the cloud is in front of their path. This is a good spot for trading. There was no desire to trade here as well. If we did one or two candles for the time, we would have closed with profit, but it was not a suitable point at all because this cloud Kumo, it has a resistance here. In fact, it was against the direction of movement of the candles. We should not have traded here, so allow this now. I will specify a bit for you to fit it better here. Well, Our friends, we assume that they are moving here with a series of candles. Like this. Sorry for the quick sketch. I'm trying not to take too much time. Here, for example, the Tenkan-sen has crossed over like this, and the Kijun-sen has made a similar move. The candles have passed through both lines, breaking them. Now, several scenarios can happen for us. The first is that if the Kumo cloud is above, like here, a downtrend has broken through both lines. If the Kumo cloud is above, it gives us a strong signal, and we can trade confidently. So in this scenario, it's okay for us, there's no problem here. The second scenario is that the Kumo cloud might be below. Suppose the Kumo cloud is below like this. When the candles break through here, the Kumo cloud is in front of them, providing a supportive role. Therefore, we should not trade in this situation. This scenario is risky for us, and it's not advisable to trade in such a situation. It gives us a very weak signal. The scenario where the cloud is in alignment with them provides a stronger signal. Let me erase these two. Another scenario is where the candles and everything are entirely within the Kumo cloud. If this happens, we also should not trade at all. So, if they are inside the cloud, we do not trade. If the cloud is in their path and in front of them, we do not trade either. But if the cloud is above the candles in this bearish scenario, and the opposite if it were bullish, we can only say that it is giving us a strong signal. However, there is another point in this last scenario. Let me draw this cloud a bit differently for better clarity. Okay, let's assume there's a cloud like this. The candles came in, not only broke through this line, but also crossed over two lines, and then we see that they also crossed through the cloud. They managed to break through the cloud and move past it. This gives us another strong signal. Again, the cloud is now behind them, and the candles have come out of the cloud, breaking both the Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen lines, as well as the Kumo cloud. This also gives us a strong and good signal, allowing us to proceed with our trade. Moreover, these two lines also have a relationship with the Kumo cloud. Let's assume we have a cloud here. It doesn't matter if it's an up Kumo or a down Kumo, we just have a cloud here. These two lines, whenever they, let's say Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen, cross this line, if they break this line from below and both cross over, this gives us a bullish signal. And if the opposite happens, where they cross this line from above and go down, this gives us a strong bearish signal. So these two lines, Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen, also have a similar relationship with the Kumo cloud. Now we can see this on the chart. Look, these two lines, Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen, have exited the cloud, and we saw a price decline. Here they couldn't cross the cloud and the price decline continued. Again, here they succeeded in breaking the cloud upward with our two lines, and when they crossed, we see a strong bullish trend formed. Again, here it's the same, and we can take signals from these. In fact, the impact of these two lines on the Kumo cloud is just like this. Whenever they manage to break the Kumo cloud, whether it's by the candles or these two lines, Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen, it means a breakout has occurred, and this is how we can get signals from these lines. Dear friends, to make sure you don't miss any of our videos, please subscribe to the BS Academy channel. Also, activate the notification bell so that you are informed as soon as we publish new videos. Thank you for your support.